So guys, welcome back to this video and let's continue. So last time we were doing switch and the internet went out. So let's continue. So first we have to type int choice and then type int switch choice and open the curly bracket. Inside the bracket write case 1. That is, the case is if the choice is 1, then printf printf case 1 or printf choice is 1, and then instead of that, if the case is 2, case 2, printf choice is 2 and break. So that's all. Let's see how it runs. Choice is 2 because we have given choice equal to 2 here, so the case is 2. So in default, what if we write something like 5? Nothing happens. So we have to get a default value. A default value would make it default printf choice invalid. Don't forget to use the semicolon. So now it says choice invalid when we type something that is not 1 and 2. Instead, if we type 1 and run it, choice is 1. If it is 2, choice is 2. If you write anything else other than 1 and 2, it says choice invalid. So that's all. That is one way of using these operators: control flow statement, switch case. And next we are going to learn about loops. So what is a loop? Loop means something that goes on and goes on and goes on. It just goes on and on. So some of the examples of loop is for, while, and do while. So these are the examples of loops. So let's start with for loop. For int I equal to 1, we are declaring a variable. Yeah, that's all. So here what we did is for int I equal to 1, which is the thing that we declared. Then the condition comes here, I less than or equal to 10. So far as the condition is met true, this thing executes. I mean, this happens and this executes. So what should be execute? It is given inside the curly bracket, which is printf %d /n I. /n, as you know, gives new line, and %d will be replaced by the value of I. That's all. And here the value of I is 1, and it goes on uh, it goes on adding until it's lesser than or equal to until it's uh, not meeting the condition of I is lesser than or equal to 10. So here after 10 it stopped in the output. That's because after being equal to 10 it goes to I plus plus, which is 11, and 11 is not lesser than or equal to 11 is not lesser than or equal to 11 is not lesser than or equal to this thing. So that's all. uh, 11 is not lesser than or equal to 10. Let me get 2-minute break. Yeah, that's all. So this is how you do the for statement. Next we are going to learn about while and do while. So for while, there is a small drag in this lesson. It's because of certain problems including internet connection and some other problems. So let's let's stop having those problems and let's start doing these problems. Yeah, let's write while condition, while condition code. That's all. So for executing a command or a code in while statement, you have to first give the condition for it inside the normal bracket. Inside the curly bracket you have to give the code. For example, let's type int I equal to, let's say, 5, and i greater than while I greater than 0, printf %d slash n I. You know what slash n is, and %d will be replaced by the value of I, and after doing that I will get its value decremented, that is reduced by 1, and this happens in a loop. These two codes are the codes that will execute. One is to print the value of I and one is to reduce the value of I by 1. So in this I greater than 0, first what happens is 5 is greater than 5. 5 is greater than 0. So 5 will print here, and then 5 minus 1, that is 4. Then 4 goes here, and 4 is again greater than 0. So again this executes and it becomes 3. Then again 3 is greater than 0. It goes on, and when it becomes 0, 0 is not greater than 0. 0 is equal to 0, so it's false. So the code stops. That's where it breaks. So let's run it. That's how it works. 5 4 3 2 1. That's how you do a loop. And what happens when you do not write the slash n? Well, it doesn't give gaps between the line. Just print it as 5 4 3 2 1. So that's all. Don't forget to use slash n. It would look way better. And then next we are going to learn about do while. Do while is just like while loop. It's just that the program to execute comes first. So in this, what happens is do, and the curly bracket is there for executing a code. So code to execute, and then after this we write while condition. It's just upside down version of the while loop. That's all. So how do we do this? Well, do printf do printf something like I print I and I plus plus, and after that let's write the condition while condition I less than this. So here what happens is I will be added each time. I think it's better to give it 0. So I will be added each time. First it will print, and then it will write it will increment by 1, that is add by 1, while this condition is being met, I less than 5. That's all. It goes on from 0 to 4. So what happens after 4? Well, after 4 it increments by 1, which means it's 5, and 5 is not less than 5, so this does not execute. That's how things happen. Instead, if we write if less than or equal to 5, we can get 5 as well. See here, we can get 5 as well if we write less than or equal to, just like in maths. So that's how we do the while and do while. So what is the difference between while loop and do while loop? Well, while loop executes before entering the loop, and do while loop after executing the loop. And do while loop executes at least one, even if the condition is not met, unlike while loop. So for example, let's write equal to 5, which is not met. Or it's not equal to, it's equivalent to. Yeah, it just prints 0 once, which is the first thing that it need to print. So that's what happens when we use do while loop. Now there are two types of loops as well. There are finite loops and infinite loops. Infinite loops means, you know what it means, it just doesn't stop. So in order to stop, you have to write break command or something like that. Okay, so that's it.